Hello? Vince?
Hello, this is Vince.
Oh, hi. Oh, thank God you picked up. I called several times, and I'm sorry to blow up your phone, but, like Ryan gets angry with me. He wanted, this is Carol from the Reasonable Sanity podcast.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And he was hoping, like, he's doing another segment right now, and he's pretty much ready for you if you'd like me to go ahead and bring you on.
Yes, may I get ready in 2 minutes from now?
Of
3
course,
minutes? Is that
of course.
okay?
Do you want me to call you back, or do you just want me to hold? Or...
Ideally, can we do it 5 minutes from now, and I'm ready to go?
Oh, no, just 2 minutes. Because it's, no, 2 minutes. Like, Ryan will yell at me. I'm sorry. It's got...
Okay, 2 minutes. Got it, please.
Okay, I'll call you in 2 minutes.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you so much, Vince. Oh, geez, he really took charge there, didn't he?
Hello, this is Vince.
Hey, Vince, it's Carol. Did you get your pants on?
I'm ready, yes.
Okay, he's still finishing up this segment. You might hear him talking for a minute, and then he'll bring you in, okay?
Perfect, thank you.
Here we go.
And I'd like to thank Call the Wild's Turtle Man for coming on to Reasonable Sanity's podcast. I mean, it's an absolute honor, sir.
Live action!
yeah, that's the line. Live action right back at you. Well, thanks for being on. Up next, we're going to get a little more personal because, as everybody knows, about 6 months ago, I got divorced. My wife left me. She left me for my cousin who has some kind of superhero blood and works with scientists to cure cancer. And like he left Iran with honors, unlike me. And you guys know how I feel about that one. So he impressed the pants off of her literally and she left me. Anyways, we'll be right back with a seduction coach. Welcome back. This is Reasonable Sanity Podcast. I am Ryan Token. With me is seduction coach and relationship expert Vince Klein. Welcome, Vince.
Ryan, what a pleasure. Vince Kelvin. What a pleasure, Ryan. Thank you for having me on.
Yes, vincekelvin.com if you want to look more up about Vince. To me, you're an amazing guy. You know how to let it go and let it flow. I've tried to get out to the dating scene, and I've been flubbering. It's been an absolute disaster. It was just bad. So I'm happy to have you on. In 30 seconds to, a minute, any advice for a middle-aged, recent divorced man who maybe has been out of the game so long that he has trouble? What advice would you give him?
In a perfect world, I would be the last person you would ask advice to because I myself have been married and divorced 5 times. But in this world, this is absolutely not abnormal. So from that perspective, it's our sense to compare with an ideal that none of us will really meet, that we find a little more peace. So it's absolutely not abnormal. When we buy ourselves, we tend to not remember there's millions of people in that situation today. And the first step would be ease. You were not dealt a bad card. I know it's difficult, but from that place, treat it all as a process.
If you met my cousin, you'd understand why it feels like I was dealt a bad card. He's just like a weird, you'd almost think he was a meth addict, but he's like some sort of genius apparently, and he can forge steel. It's pretty amazing. Anyways.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I liked him until he took my wife. Up until that point, I mean, but I guess the betas got to know their place is what he kept telling me. Got to know your place, beta. That's what he kept telling me, and so anyways, what I would like to do is get out there, not necessarily find love again, but find the women. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All right.
Well, treat it as a process. Okay, treat it as a process. It's difficult for as long as we favor good responses. And we try to avoid what we call bad responses. For me, my mindset from the get-go was different. I'm like a social scientist.
So do you just say like really perverted things, or do you say interesting things? Do you rely on your looks? Do you rely on the fact that you have an interesting accent? Do you rely on any of that?
Well, what I rely on is returning to me and making sure that I don't seek to be approved by someone that I don't know.
Just not caring. And that's all right. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go talk to some of our Patreons who also have questions. I thank you for your advice. I will definitely looking to get some good hookups and follow some of your advice that you're giving some of the callers here as well. So line one, it looks like. Line one, you're on with Vince.
Hey, Vince, how you doing? Bafanculo, how are you?
Bene, grazie mille.
So my question is, I pay this guy dozens of dollars to get the inside track on some of his shows. And so my question is, how do I guess, well, I don't know if seduce, but how do I get the attention, the physical attention from a woman without her permission? What would be the best way, in your opinion, to go about that?
Ooh, that's a tricky question. Without her permission, what do you mean by that?
Like, I wanted to, like, you would go up, you would have to court a woman, you would take interest in her, and then eventually you would ask for a date or, some of her time. What I want to do is just kind of like walk up nonchalantly and then put him in my car.
Okay. Well, you need a very good attorney.
No, I'm not looking for marriage. I'm not looking for marriage.
No.
I don't have assets.
To bail you out, and you need what's it called? Like a very good friend who's gonna pay the bail money. All kidding aside, what's important.
I don't have a record. I could probably get out on a PR bond.
What you keep in mind is that there's something for everyone, and we avoid it's scarcity to try to get something from somebody that's not their inclination. But I've known girls that would talk even wilder than what you're talking right now. Okay. And those girls,
yes.
they maybe those girls, you'll have to go get out of my car now. You're too wild for me.
You put them right into this guy's car, apparently. So, all right. Thank you for calling. Looks like we got another one on line 3.
Yeah, line 3. This guy's making me nervous.
Okay, line 3.
Hello?
Hi. You're on.
Hi.
What's your question?
Hi. Is this the Count from Sesame Street? Like how many?
What?
Well, I saw him on the bus the other day, and I think he sniffs the bus seats,
I am not. Do you know this guy? Is this one of your fans? I'm not sure. Carol, you were nervous about him.
Well, he was just he was coming on to me, and it made me uncomfortable.
Honey, how are you doing? We didn't get done with our talk.
I'm just the call screener, sir. We got a guest on. His name is Vince.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Vince. Yeah. I saw you on the bus the other day. You were sniffing the seats. It was nice.
Okay.
Well, see, right there, as a lover of humans, in this situation, I would become the protector of the call screener. You could hear it in the voice. It's too sleazy. The story, you could hear it. So I would say, when men beware of men who would sound like that from the get-go, referring to the caller, no offense. And men just avoid doing such a thing. But at the same time,
that actually does sound like good advice. Now, we're going to do a real quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Please sit with us, Vince. We will be right back, and then we can do a couple more calls. We'll be right back.
What happens when a boomer grandfather has to suddenly raise his zoomer grandson? Wacky generational hijinks is what happens.
Thanks, boomer.
Get out of my house.
This week on Boomer and the Z, Grandpa finds out there's more to sexuality than he knew.
So, you find a girlfriend yet?
Grandpa, I already told you I'm a demisexual polypan romantic who is currently asexual.
Why can't you just be a gay?
Then, Grandpa proves you can teach an old dog new tricks when he's introduced to cryptocurrency.
I don't know about this. Seems like a scam to me.
Grandpa, you can't even afford your heart medication for another 6 months. What other choices do you have?
Well, alright. But I swear to God, if I get ripped off, I'm gonna stab you in your sleep.
Go to hell, you fucking Nazi!
And finally, Grandpa shows he does have a soft side when it comes to helping family.
Get out, Grandpa! This is my safe space!
Well, no. It's actually my spare bedroom. But you can cry here if you want. I just wanted to tell you that we all have bad days. So if you want to come down for dinner and talk about it, I'll be there.
Thanks a lot, Boomer.
Ah, fuck you.
So tune in tonight to see how silly things get when a boomer and a zoomer are forced to be in the same roomer on Boomer and the Z.
Thanks, Boomer.
That's it. That's the last time.
And we are back, Reasonable Sanity Podcast. I'm Ryan Token. Our guest today is Seduction Co's Vince Kelvin. Vince, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the advice that you're giving to my listeners. We certainly do appreciate it. Again, we thank you for your time. Let's go ahead and get somebody else on here. It looks like
Line 4.
Line 4. Line 4, you're on the air.
Line 4.
Line 4, are you there?
You were just talking to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
line
sorry.
4. You're on the air.
I got real confused.
Vince.
Hi. This is the relationship expert, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Vince. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I have a little bit of a seating phobia right now because I keep on thinking about what if some guy just sniffed my seat. So I'm standing up.
Oh,
and I may
no,
need
I
some
did hear
help
that
me.
guy. I'm sorry. I was
You
listening.
did hear it. So
I did hear that
so
guy.
I
That
got
guy
to
was a
work.
weirdo. Okay.
If you're an expert on seating phobia or germophobia, then you're going to have to help me because I got to wash this off my mind.
Sir.
Meanwhile,
I'm a normal.
How can we help you?
Yeah, I'm getting to be towards 40, and I'm trying to run through. I know, I don't have much time left. I'm trying to run through kind of my bucket list of different women. I've already done the 1836 split. I did a hitchhiker. I've done the nursing home. What I'm trying for right now is I'm looking to sleep with sisters. In particular, they are twins. Now I know I'm going to have to trick them. I'm thinking probably drugs or alcohol. What would you recommend?
Well, check mark. And you'll find it funny that I once slept with 2 Russian sisters. And when they saw that I did all of that with no drugs or alcohol, the next day they called me and I thought they wanted some more. No, what they wanted was advice of how can you be so cool, so much fun with no drugs or alcohol. So I didn't only have sex with them, I sobered them up. How's that for the greater good work?
Okay, so you're saying that I should take the drugs and be really fun, and then maybe the sisters will sleep with me. I like that. Thank you.
All right.
Hallucinogenics.
All right. It looks like the caller dropped off. He's gone. Sorry. I think we'll go on to our next one. Looks like line 6. Line 6, are you there?
Hello. Yes, I have a question for Vince.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Do you have any tips for us women on how we can avoid guys like you?
Whoa. Okay.
You just did it. You just did it. By behaving the way you did and asking the question you did, a guy like me, right away, I would not bother any further. I'm only answering for the sake of the call and our gracious host.
I hear you, Vince. The good piece of advice there is if it feels like it's a long shot, it is. Go for the layup, right? That's what I thought, at least. I will bang the ugly ones. Now that I'm divorced, I will bang the ugly ones. I'm not the ones that take no tries. I'm on it.
The charity work. But that woman is very successful. Good advice for the women. Behave the way that women behave. And ask questions like she did. A guy like me, I'll still pray for a beautiful human being that has yet to find themselves. But I won't bother one more second.
And that's the thing is I disagree. I think I've seen you on TV. I've seen several of your videos and several interviews, and I think you're a really good guy. Your hair is a little weird and eccentric, but I think that's part of the appeal.
Do you think so? Yeah.
Yep. It's the same reason. It's the same reason that I have not actually like shaved my southern region. I haven't shaved it since I was a teen. It's because that's a talking. I plan to use it.
If you ever shave it, for me, during the past 2 years, somehow it gave me a little comfort during the pandemic. I went back to growing it.
I don't know about that. So looks like we got one more call on line 2. Line 2, you got a question for Vince?
Is that me? Because she told me is line 7.
Oh, well, I don't know what's going on with the phones today. On with Vince.
Hey Vince, I've been looking at your website since the show started. This is pretty interesting. How many women have you made out with?
The makeouts, I went crazy. And you don't have to try that. And, but I've made out with over 5,000 women.
That's fucking gross. I wouldn't brag about that. Ugh.
I agree, but although kissing is a beautiful thing.
How many mouth diseases have you had?
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, I haven't had any because I also know when to pass. Once I was just about to kiss that girl and I saw the corner of her lips, and most guys would not have been able to say no.
You have microscopic vision. You can look at diseases.
Hey, that one, it makes me laugh too. It's absolutely, I agree. It's completely ridiculous. But you know what? Every night
I didn't say ridiculous. I said gross.
They fire 5,000 bullets every night.
Fucking gross, Vince.
I agree. Don't ever do that. Just say no to kissing.
Yeah.
I hung
but
up
here
on
and
him.
there, a little kiss emoji.
I hung up on that caller. I'm sorry about that, Vince.
Yeah. So, yeah. That caller was he was calling you gross. We didn't appreciate it. But I do think it's kind of gross. So it's just what it is. But
I do think also.
Hey, shut up. Line 8's on the air.
Looks like we got one more on line 8. Line 8, you're on the air with Vince.
Hey, is this just the podcast?
Yeah, you're on with seduction coach Vince.
Okay,
hello.
Vince. Hi, Vince. My name is Pete.
Hi.
I'm new to this whole relationship thing and getting with people thing. How about this for a pickup line? I've been to prison for burning my house down.
I wouldn't lead with that.
Was your family in it?
Well, my parents were.
Yeah.
And when I see you, I want to repent, and I wonder why I ever went that way.
You burned down a house before? What do you mean? You went that way?
For the gentlemen, where are you? What are we? Color. I think that one was color 50-50, right? In the line 50-50 or 51-50. That was line 51-50. So what did we do? We burned the house. We had a woman, better woman. What else did we have? We pushed a woman in a car. Oh my God, we've accomplished a lot.
Are we laughing about sexual attacks? This is weird. I'm uncomfortable.
Are you being inappropriate on my show? It sounded like you were saying okay about sexual attacks. Or something?
We're laughing about laughing. My sister growing up, she would always joke around, and then the moment we kind of would catch on to it, she would flip it on us and go, "Don't talk like that." So,
is your sister?
She's a beautiful being. So,
all right. Email me her number.
You did make out with her.
I am hot to try.
We don't measure like that anymore. Hot, cold, humans. We are humans amongst humans.
Is that why you call that guy 50-50?
51-50, is it 51-50 or 50-50? No, I call that guy because there was a fire next to my house not too long ago, and if somebody's setting houses on fire, they need a little bit of help, and I think they need a little bit more help than that of a seduction coach. So maybe expert of mental wellness could help them.
Well, all right. Vince, it was amazing having you on. VincentKelvin.com, Seduction Coach, and Pick-Up Artist. Thank you for coming on.
Allow me to share one last genuine tip, and thank you, okay?
Sure.
Flexibility is key. I think we become better men, better women, better humans when we can adapt. So
That's true.
That was an amazing experience. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Laughter is the key to wellness.
Say that again?
I said laughter is the key to wellness. And if we can't laugh at ourselves, there is a little bit of a challenge. So I love to laugh at myself, and it makes me that much more potent in dealing with others.
And if you look very laughable, if you present yourself laughable, you take the power away from somebody else laughing at you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I am a very powerful person, too. Thank you for coming on Reasonable Sanity Podcast.
Good night, you guys. Thank you, caller. Woohoo!
I think he's gone. Oh my God, that fucking guy. It's like he's
a total nutcase. I didn't know if I had to stay on the line.
He's still on. Oh shit! I gotta hang up.
Jesus.
I will excuse myself right now. I need to go sniff a seat. Love you guys. Love you guys.
Love you, Vince.
Love you too, Vince. Take care.